Namaste. My name is Vivekanand. Init Mobile is a joint venture I have started with Roland. Roland, say hello.
Greetings, everybody.
And today we have a short session, hopefully, where viewers would get some value. Uh, I want to start as usual with the why. So this is going to be my agenda. Why? Because Google has decided to disconnect the link between Google Plus and YouTube, which used to be Hangout on Air. But Hangout on Air as such is going to continue, but the link between Google Plus and YouTube is going to be no longer there after September 12th. I don't know exactly why September 12th, but that's the date they have set. Before September 12th, there is a Google Rising Star Top Contributor Summit happening in London, where I would be participating. And I just got a confirmation email from Google saying that you're ready to join us and so on and so forth. So got all the event schedule and so on. So yes, I'm ready to go for the meet where I would be meeting lots of Googlers. It's a hotel is booked for 2 nights, which probably means the event is for 3 days. Or probably, I think it is starting at 3 p.m., 3 o'clock in the evening. And I think they are expecting few people from Europe. So they want them to have rest. So probably evening they would start something, initial things, and the actual event is the next day. And there are 2 days of events as I saw on the event itinerary, but that's going to happen before September 12th. So there would be something coming. I think there would be a lot of, I hope to get a lot of information where depending on the conditions of the NDA that I would have to sign, I would be giving out the information, sharing with the viewers. So wasn't that you who said, Roland? I can tell you.
I can't tell you, or else I have to NDA you. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what. Yeah, on the event thing, I did see that there was a mention of the new rising stars and top contributors will have to sign the NDA, and we would be
By the way,
given.
there's a little bit of additional knowledge from the Google Plus Hangout world, and that is the Andrew Hatchett just
Yeah,
became a top contributor. He
he
was
should
awarded
have.
that position.
Yeah, he should have become top contributor long ago. Should
As
have
as
become.
as we all will agree with you. But
Yeah,
we
with.
also know that Google makes its decisions when Google wants to.
Yeah, he should have become a top contributor along with Michael Daniels, because both of them
Yeah.
contribute a lot. But yeah, before September 12th, that is actually end of this month, end of August, this summit is happening, where I would get more information, where after which I would be sharing it with everyone.
Good
Um,
deal.
yeah. So why is Google Plus disconnecting the link between Google Plus and YouTube? The answer
I think
is
the actual discussion is why Google Plus is separating from Hangouts,
hmm,
not from YouTube, because YouTube and Google and Google Plus still have the same relationship they did. They're just taking Hangouts on Air and separating that from the Google Plus realm and making it exclusively an aspect of YouTube.
hmm,
That's
which
really what's happening.
that's yeah, that is what is happening. But uh, as it is now, when you actually go into Google Plus and create a Hangout on Air event, that gets that creates an event page where a lot of engagement has been happening. So
Right.
that's the reason why people are asking, why are they removing that. The reason why people are asking, uh, that is the reason. And people have seen a lot of engagement happening on the event page, and Google is
Agreed.
removing the event page. The reason why they are removing that is, number one, the event page itself is such a kludge. It's not designed properly. It doesn't. You can't manage a Hangout on Air event page on your calendar through the calendar API. So I think that's why, that's one of the reasons. The other reason is Google, YouTube. Anybody who is creating content for YouTube is subject to lot of copyright scrutiny.
Got it.
That's because anything that goes on YouTube is subjected to copyright issues and so on and so forth. So having a link with a social network, the copyright issue becomes a stone around someone's neck. So
Right. So
probably that's.
basically, so basically what's happening, you're saying, is Google is handing over the copyright control to its YouTube division and setting Google Plus free from having to deal with that, so they can just be their social network and deal with their stuff. And whatever they embed from YouTube, they consider already screened by YouTube, and so
Hmm.
it's all taken care of.
Yeah, so that's the main reason why. So what Google is now saying is, you would need to create a YouTube live event, and the message is, any event you want to set up after September 12 will have to be on YouTube live. It has to be on YouTube live. You will not be able to create one uh, using the present existing Hangout on Air interface, scheduled Hangout on Air interface that is there. You can't do that. I think that the warning is there probably because the interface as such allows you to create an event like that, but you will not be actually able to host the event after September 12th. So
I'm sure that page is going to be completely redesigned. It's already redesigned, and they're just going to switch off to the new one,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not no longer going to be there,
Hmm.
and it won't be an
So
option.
so yeah, I would like to do these three things. One is create a YouTube live event and show it on screen, then work out a way of engaging and see how you execute it.
Okay, I'm ready. And you're muted. You're muting that, and you're turning it over to me.
No, I muted because I need to cough.
Okay, you're right. Okay, so we wait. Will be back momentarily, and we discussed these concepts the other day. And so, the create, engage, and execute will show you a little of what we know about following through, creating a YouTube live event, hangout on air, and what it looks like, and what it's required to set up the event itself. So this should be very interesting. Hopefully you're
Yeah,
hanging in there.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this was the little presentation. I was 2 slides I showed you. Yeah, to create a YouTube live, you need to have certain things. You need to have copyright status and community guideline status as seen by YouTube. For you need to be good. You need to be in good standing, as the term goes.
Just to elaborate a little further, basically this is concerning the generated YouTube videos that you've had in the past and whether or not you're upholding the guidelines set down by YouTube to be acceptable. And if it's acceptable, you're going to find that your qualification in the various these categories is marked as enabled.
Yeah.
But
Um,
there are a couple of categories that may not be enabled, and you can still be in good standing with the copyright and the community guidelines. So you'll go ahead and go through the various things.
yeah. Here you see the monetization. Monetization is required. I read in one of the posts from, I think it was Molly Youngblood Geiger, who posted something which said that you need to have the monetization enabled. Only then,
Yes.
only then you will be able to enable YouTube Live. Then you need to verify your YouTube account that it belongs to you. Only then you will be able to have longer videos, longer than 15 minutes. So for that, you need to enable this uh, longer videos status. Um, this will be enabled only when Google can verify that the YouTube channel actually belongs to you.
Okay.
Uh,
Or
the,
actually, YouTube verifies that the channel belongs to you.
yeah, they do that typically by sending a text message with a code code number or something. You will be asked to key in that code number only when it matches to what they have. You will be able to upload longer videos. This is even valid for uploading videos that are longer than 15 minutes. That is actually one of the reasons why you see a lot of YouTube videos which are just about 13, 14 minutes, and they then suddenly cut off. The main reason is they have not really enabled this option for their YouTube channel. YouTube is full of such videos.
Well,
Um,
maybe we can clarify too this enablement and this verification is dependent upon you having a website and linking the website through this process that WeWake just described to
yeah,
verify that the YouTube channel corresponds to an actual domain and website.
yeah.
So you have to take this code and enter it into a text file in your account of the hosting in order to verify that the account is indeed yours. And so
Hmm.
once you do that, it's a very simple thing to do actually. It's a little bit confusing, but it's not hard to do.
Yeah,
And once you verify it, then you're free to go.
yeah. The next one is actually external annotations. This allow you to have annotations. You can add annotations and buttons which your viewers can click, and you can take them to specific points in the video, or take them to different videos on the YouTube, and so on. So annotations are very useful.
So
um,
one of the things that annotations does is it allows you to link from the video, actually in the video, to anything in the domain linked with the account. So we
hmm,
talked about the verification on the longer videos. One of the reasons that you have to give the website is that if you produce something with your website and you want to actually link to a page in your website, you can do that with a verified website. You cannot do it with just anybody's website. So the YouTube channel allows you to link back to your website or the one that's assigned to verify the account for the YouTube account. And that's something that most people don't know. You can link something, build a landing page or a sub page in your website and have special content in it, and then have the link of the video go to that page actually and
hmm.
deliver an extended message. So I just wanted to add something there.
Yeah.
You know, okay.
Then I think other things are, few things won't be eligible. You need, if you have a AdSense account and it's active, then this becomes eligible, which means you will be able to get paid by somebody else. You can have a content which is visible to viewers only when they pay. um, Paid content. As it is, I am not eligible for that. um, then I think the next few things are probably more important. um, Content ID appeals. If you upload a video to YouTube and someone else claims that it violates their copyright or something, then, or maybe they would say it is their content, then you may
Then
have
you,
to appeal that claim and so on. So
so if you fall under dispute with any of your uploads, then this may very well not be enabled.
yeah. um, and yeah, this second option is option next to that is unlisted and private videos. When I create a YouTube live event, I can have them as uh, unlisted, or I can have them as private as it is straight away. So that was one of the concerns people have when they want to have a confidential conversation on the using the video facility. Uh,
So my question would be, when might that particular square be unable or not
um,
enabled?
I
Why would
think
it?
that's a. I think they Google if Google considers that you have not violated copyrights, you have kept up with the community guideline status.
You mean
um,
YouTube? If YouTube,
yeah, YouTube, YouTube owned by Google. So um,
yeah, that's something that should be differentiated. Yes, YouTube is owned by Google, but they've handed over all this administration stuff to a separate facility of within the
mm,
Google ranks
mm,
that only works with the YouTube side. So
mm,
they're not concerned with Google search or with none of that stuff. They just are worried about they're just dealing with Google. They're just dealing with YouTube. So when we distinguish between Google and YouTube, we're really making the dividing line between the Google Plus and the Google search and everything else on the YouTube side. But
mm.
in the underlying knowledge, we know that Google owns the whole thing.
Yeah,
So I think that part of it is they're trying to be fair about the guidelines and fair about the controls and not be quite so obvious to everybody, but that they have an extreme monopoly going on in the first place.
yeah.
But
Um,
it's reasonably fair.
yeah. The most important aspect, I think, is this field that I hope people can see, the mouse moving
Yeah.
live streaming. That needs to be enabled. For that to be enabled, these copyright status and community guideline status, these two are the most important aspects. Um, so this face with the smiley face icon indicates I have zero community guideline strikes. I have not violated any community guidelines. I have not violated any copyrights.
So
So
hypothetically, if you had uh, crossed some guidelines or you had some strikes or a strike, you would maybe not be in the zone you are. Maybe you'd be in that third position,
yeah,
and potentially or theoretically, you may or may not be enabled in live streaming,
yeah,
and maybe a couple of other these enabled
yeah,
marks.
yeah. And other aspect of live streaming is ability to embed the live stream in your website. When this is enabled, again, depending on these copyright status and community guideline status, Google or YouTube may or may not allow you to enable this. Uh, if it is not enabled for you, in that case, your YouTube live stream, you won't be able to embed it on your website. You will not be able to embed it.
So probably a lot of these things fall into the same category as the things you cannot do unless you're in good standing in both cases.
Yeah,
But once you are in good standing, these are all the options that you can use that are automatically enabled by you being in the good standing. So that it
yeah,
just makes sense to stay in good standing.
yeah. Fan funding is available depending on the country that you are living and so on. So it's not always available to everybody. So it's not available
And
for me. So
and maybe would you be able to explain what fan funding is?
fan funding is you will be able to
Accept
accept
donations?
accept donations from your fans
I see.
through YouTube.
Okay.
So that is the requirement. Monetization, which I mentioned earlier, is actually one of the options here. Uh, I have
Yeah, why
clicked
don't we
on.
go there?
Yeah, I have clicked on that. Let me see
Okay.
when it comes up. Yeah. So it says I have 98 additional videos to monetize, which is because I have uh, disabled, I have removed the monetization aspect from a few videos, mainly because they are private. So private videos cannot really be monetized. But this page is saying there are 98 additional videos which I can monetize.
What does that blue button say? I can't quite see it.
It says monetize videos.
Okay.
And I think it is a strange user interface problem that even if I have clicked on that button several times in the past, it continues to show the same thing. So there is no. Uh,
Well, the monetization, so that people know, does not have anything to do with what I'm actively going to instill in my account so I can make money. It's a scheme for YouTube to be able to drop ads where they want to in your video, and then you have some control over placement of ads and that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But they pretty much decide what they're going to advertise in your video.
yeah.
And when they advertise that, then if it results in a click through or a connection with the client trying to advertise, so they're paying for that advertising opportunity, but it's reasonably cheap for the advertiser. And so if you're a video producer, you're not the advertiser. The
Mm.
advertisers are other than you, people who want to say be on your video as an associate concept and and take a chance that advertising on your video is going to lead them to a targeted clientele who wants to buy their stuff.
Mm.
And so those advertisers are paying to be on your video, and that's the monetization that YouTube is talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
So
of course, if they're advertising on yours, then you get a small, minuscule kickback because of placement of the ads.
yeah. Okay. Now I want to show how do you get to this live streaming and how to create the events and so on. um, I have just gone to my YouTube. I have just gone to www.youtube.com, and this is what appears for me. But on the left hand side here, there is this button which says my channel. If I go to my channel, you would see what I am showing in my channel. But this still will not take you to how to create a live event. To get to that, you either have to use the video manager that is shown at the top of the screen here, or the other option is click on the icon here, which is actually my thumbnail, my profile image, and click here, Creator Studio.
Are either of those buttons different from the other?
Yeah, the second button, I don't know, this might actually go away. What I just showed you now might even go away, because this, I think, is because this is the Google Plus profile image and so on. So this might go away. I don't know. Uh,
No, that's your ID for the YouTube channel.
no,
So
the no. Why? What I'm saying is the facility to go to um, this page from here might go away. So, but
I don't
anyway,
think so.
let's go to my channel, and I have clicked on my channel, and let us go to video manager. I hope that would remain as it is. And then here you see all these options. You can create videos, you can manage your videos here, you can create playlists. That is a separate thing. You can have your own playlist. uh, you can have playlists of videos other than your own. You can have that. But of more importance for us here today is live streaming, because that is where the live events can be created. As you can see here, this one popped up. Is streaming now. I wonder whether you can see that, Roland.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has popped up. Events is what you need to create an event. So let me create an event by clicking this button here. It gives you a chance to key in a title and all that. I'm saying demo, and you can schedule it for the time you want it to happen. Let's say tomorrow. You can fix the time. Now this will not create a calendar reminder or anything like that. That is the drawback. Um, it creates an event on the YouTube, but it has no connection with your calendar or diary or any of your reminder
The
things.
notifications are all disconnected
Yeah,
from
they are
this.
all not there. None of that is there. But anyway, you can key in a description here, um, agenda, etc., and you can promote it by keying in a message there. Uh,
Where does that message show up?
that message gets sent when the event actually happens. Yesterday, actually, we were looking at the same page yesterday, Roland. I don't know whether you remember this specific aspect, but yesterday, when we looked at the same page, there was something else here just above the type. It was saying this message goes out when the event goes live. I no longer see that, which means that there are changes happening already.
Yeah. Something else that
So
I saw when I was watching a Daryl Eves video
hmm,
from 2014,
mhm,
and that is, depending upon whether it was public or illicit or private, when you direct that to other than public, all of a sudden it's like there's another piece that pops up allowing you to selectively identify your circles that you're going
mhm.
to send it to. That was back when there was a stronger connection with Google Plus, so I believe that may have disappeared.
Yeah.
So when you go to the share button, when does that share button show up?
So these things show up only when this is public. Let me change it to unlisted. Those things are gone. If I say private, again those things are gone. And
Okay,
but
but now
there
you got
is
a share button. But now you've got a share button. So what does that do?
yeah, yeah. Only you can view, but you can add share with the specific people. It is
Would
like
you
I can add
click
you
that once? So this says
share
share.
with
You can
others.
actually share with email addresses.
Yeah. And since what I am running this as a Google Apps for Work account, it allows me to allow everyone at waketechnology.com view it if I had employees and they had a Google Apps account under my domain as an employee of my company.
I see.
I would be able to click this and they would all be able to view this video. So that is that aspect. Uh,
So could we actually mount a promotion where people sign up with Init Mobile, and then we make them a connection? We would not hire them as employees, but have them be some kind of association with the initmobile.net domain so that they can be shared too?
I think no. I think you would be probably able to add them as a group into a group, Google group, create a Google group, add their email IDs to that, and then add the Google group address here as the email address. It's a very
Oh, I see.
slightly complicated way of doing that, but
Yeah.
other way is make them, give
Well, that's what
them.
I'm trying to figure out is like let everyone at waketechnology.com view. So who is at Wake Technology? How do they become at Wake Technology?
Yeah, they become at Wake Technology when I add somebody as a um, employee.
Yeah,
Uh,
but what is the ID definition
but
of?
when it is when I have an employee, the employee needs a Google Apps account under the company's name.
I get
So
it.
only then they would get, say, for example, Roland at wake-technology.com would be the email address that,
In other words, it's based on an email address at the domain name.
yeah.
Got it.
So when they have
So,
that, each of the employees will get all the Google Apps for work features and calendars and
right.
docs and all that. So it's
But if they
adding.
only have a Yahoo address, then that does not qualify them.
No.
Got it.
And
Okay.
for each Google Apps account, you have to pay Google for each account.
Really?
Yeah, for each account you have to pay $50 for a year for
So
an
that's the
entire.
Google, the official Google apps above and beyond the free offerings that we're talking about the
Yeah.
pro version of the app
Hmm.
system to buy in.
Yeah. So that gives the individual more space, more features, and all that. More and the major one I think is the support you get. You have an for example, if I have any problem with the email, my Wake Technology email, if I have any problems with that, I can call somebody in the Google support um, team, call an engineer, support engineer, tell him or her what's the problem, and they will have to solve it. Your support team becomes the Google engineer. So that is the.
So, so I see the value of this. If we're having people from around the world gather in a project and
Hmm.
we enlist them all with our domain emails so that they qualify for Google Apps, then we can collaborate on stuff. We can communicate efficiently about as good as any group worldwide communication can possibly be. And we can produce videos and instructional things and have meetings that are visible and available to people through YouTube and YouTube live events and still have it connected to our domain and our business acquaintances and business associates through this system with Google Apps.
Hmm. So yeah, the event that I just created appears here, as you can see. I keyed in demo, and as I was saying, I have answered the question why. I've answered how to create a YouTube live event. To actually start the event, now people are used to clicking on the event page where they would see a start button. But now from now on, from when if you use YouTube live event thing, you will have to come to this page like this, and then click on this button here, start hangout on air.
Or you could click on demo, I think, and go to the page, and then you have live, go live
Mm,
now button there too.
uh, no.
Live control room.
Live control room will show you the video feed. This takes you back to live events page.
Right. But if you go to the control room, what happens?
So control room, this is what it shows. It shows the
Yeah,
it is essentially saying they are not receiving any video stream data for this event because
right.
we are streaming to a
And
different.
so there's a go live now button at the top right, but essentially this is a waste of time. We
Yeah,
should just launch from the other
yeah,
position.
yeah. You should launch from
Go back one more frame.
yeah,
There you
here.
go.
You launch from here.
Now, one of the interesting things is I've I've only uh, tried sampling with YouTube live events a couple of times, so I should only have about 2 of these things in my
Hmm.
account. When I
Mhm.
went there, I had about 20 things lined up there,
Yeah,
and
and that is the problem. Okay, now to promote the you they are giving you a little bit of filter here. You can say live now, upcoming, or completed. Um, but I have seen the completed thing not this page was not implemented properly. Hopefully
right.
they are changing this. I already see a couple of changes already. So this is, if you look at the upcoming ones, this one will show you what it is. Uh, Live now will show you this link, which is the thing that is happening right now. We are live on this event.
So when I go to my page and I go to the events, the filter shows upcoming,
Yeah,
and when I look at the list below the upcoming filter, the first one starts at October 18th, 2014.
yeah,
So it's obviously not upcoming.
yeah.
So then
That
the closest
I
one over.
saw that yesterday, and but today I'm not seeing that. Anyway, so yeah, easiest one would be to come to this page and then um, upcoming thing, and then click on this start hangout on air button, and then start the, and then you need to go on air. You need to hit the start broadcast button using
Right. From there
the way,
on,
yeah, the
so
way to
it's just like normal Hangouts that we're used to.
yeah, The way to promote it, I think, is to copy this URL at the top of this event that's going to happen in future. I don't know whether you can see what I have highlighted here at the top of the screen. This one here, the
Yeah.
URL for this page, you can um, tweet it out. You can
You can share it everywhere.
yeah, you can share it, share this everywhere, and when they click on the link, this is what they see. And the chat here that happens is between the outside world and participants in the video hangout stream.
And just
And
a few notes regarding the comments there. Before
yeah,
the event, you can comment there, but they don't stay there. There's a certain length of time they disappear.
yeah, they disappear after they certainly disappear after the event is over. They
Yeah.
will just go away. I have not seen how people can comment on these YouTubes, and can we bring up them in the comment tracker and so on. I don't know. As such, I don't know what happens to. I am told the uh, Applause app is going away, and
Good
Q
riddance.
and yeah, Q&A app is also going away.
Good riddance there too.
Yeah. Um, So Q&A was a feature which caused a lot of confusion for a lot of people. So those things are going away. Um, okay. Other than that, I think I have covered what.
Um, yeah, I wanted to add some comments regarding the comment stream. The real loss in all this that I see in our functionality is that there's a disjoint between the live event and the comments from the field. And
Mm,
yesterday we were able to get Comment Tracker to work regarding one of the posts that we sent into the social media aspect, and then fed that link back into the comment tracker, and we could feature those comments live.
mm,
But it was from a social media posting, I believe. Do you
mm.
remember exactly where you posted the YouTube link in order to incorporate the comment tracker
No,
production?
the as I showed in that YouTube event creation, there are those buttons where you say public event, and then it shows those G plus and Twitter button that goes out when YouTube
Yeah,
decides to send them out. So,
exactly. But I'm referring to when we instituted comment tracker successfully in our test hangout yesterday.
hmm.
How did you do that? How did you find the link to post, and what did you retrieve in order for us to get comment tracker to work?
um, Interestingly, I'm not seeing that today.
So that's something that we need to research still and to
Yeah,
clarify to get comment tracker to work. But indeed, we had comment tracker working yesterday, and you
yeah,
copied me on the URL that
mm,
was that worked for me. It
yeah,
allowed me in both cases of the two posts that you forwarded to me, and I
mm,
got both of those streams to work. So apparently, if they're then theoretically, this is judging from what we accomplished yesterday. It seems to me that the URL posting into social media can be used as a source, and we can allow the comments from various sources to integrate into what we see fed into the comment tracker, and then we would actually be featuring, if we wanted to,
mm,
comments from multiple streams.
mm.
Even though the people on any one stream can only see their one stream, we're seeing an intermixing stream of both comments in the same place, and we
Yeah.
are able to actually show either one or both or however many streams we're going to show.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
so there might be something. I think Andrew Hatchett was testing this, that you can have a stream going on, and that will be allowed to be shown in comment tracker. The problem with that is that the comments in the standard posting are added to the bottom of the stream of postings. And if that's the case, then it goes longer and longer and longer and pushes farther and farther away from the video in the post. And
yeah.
so you literally, again, have to have, if you want to follow the comments and the video, you have to have two windows open side by side so you can watch the video in one and then watch the stream of the comments at the same time.
Yeah,
And
that
so
that
that's a,
that that seems to be in one sense the uh, Q&A app allowed you to pop out the video as a separate video and watch it there, while you stayed on the event page and scrolled up and down and interacted with the
and I believe that
audience. But that is going to go away. So I think even the event page itself is going to go away. So
yeah, well, I think that YouTube has a few things that they're sampling as far as a pop out for the comment stream too, but they still do not have the ability to save the comments from the live event, and that's a big, huge mistake.
mm.
At least I feel that way. So we'll see.
Yeah, there is that aspect, and what here is you raised this point, so let me answer that. This was the one, I don't know whether you can see the, yeah, this was the
Yeah.
one which we did yesterday.
So how
And
did you
this
generate? Explain so that people can understand how
this
you.
one was generated automatically. I didn't generate it myself. Same is true with this one here. There were two. I don't know how, but there were two.
Oh, that's right.
There was that confusion, and you had put comments here and also here. Some of them appeared, some of them didn't appear, and that there was a bit of confusion. What would appear, what would not appear.
I think eventually they both appeared.
Yeah. So this is the public share that happened automatically. I didn't do anything. I set up the um, YouTube live event and allowed those ticks to be there in those two boxes where it said Google Plus share and Twitter share. And the share happened automatically. And this, if I copy the link that I get from there, and paste it onto the comment tracker. Let us see if it works.
What link are you talking about?
If you right click on the timestamp of the Google Plus share, that is here. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Right click on that. That brings up a little pop-up window, says copy the link or things like that. You need to copy that link, and that link you need to copy into the comment tracker.
So you were right clicking on the timestamp, but
Yeah,
I did not see any pop up or.
yeah. The pop-up will not appear in the screen share.
Right.
Pop-ups will not appear in the screen
Okay.
share.
So we're not talking about a little downward caret arrow
Yeah,
anymore. We're talking about the timestamp.
yeah.
Interesting.
So this is a comment which I just put in that thing there, and yeah, comment tracker is working again today.
Yeah. So let's
Um,
send me the link that you just put into the comment tracker, and I will try to enter it and make sure that we complete the test by allowing my comment tracker to work also. So
yeah, you should be able to do it by looking at your
my own
Google
account.
Plus, Google
All
Plus
right.
stream.
Okay, let's see. So I will do that just
When you
as an
look at Google
experiment.
Plus stream, you probably should see the share, public share, which is entitled How to Create YTLive Events and Promote
Oh
Them
yeah.
for Future.
And actually, I don't have the timeshare stamp going. I've got the downward arrow. So let's see if the
Okay.
link. Let me try the link to post and see if it works.
If you right click on that link or copy that link to that post, you essentially need to copy the link to that post into comment tracker and use that.
Well, that's a lot. Well, let's see if it works. So far, so good. And so I go to hit a circle arrow and nothing happens. So apparently, oh, but I see the comment. So it sounds like the circle arrow is not necessary anymore in comment tracker. And let's see if comments work then if I make a comment in my own stream here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I posted a little something, and we'll see if my comment posts into the stream and becomes a comment tracker retrieve.
Okay.
Should. But the interesting thing is, I will only get whatever, yeah, it posted. So,
Yeah, there it is.
yeah.
There it is. Mm-hmm.
And so if we post this in many places and people are carrying on from different sources, we would have to say, everyone go to this specific page and watch the event from there, and then we can integrate all the comments.
Yeah, that is one. The other aspect is you, depending on the option that I showed, embedding the video on your website. That is, I think, Google and YouTube, and they're all trying to encourage us to do that.
That makes sense.
Embed the video on your website,
And
so
so,
that rather than go to the event page.
right.
And
So,
maybe you should have a commenting thing, whatever that is, I don't know what, on your website, so that people can comment on the video.
so
And
that's what I'm trying to conquer now.
whoever comments there can directly interact with you, the website.
Right. So that's
Owner.
what I'm trying to conquer now, is I'm working with some of the plugins from um, WordPress, and I've got the event for this Saturday embedded in my,
Mm-hmm.
let's see if I can find it. I've got it embedded in the Internet Mobile website.
Okay.
Okay, let me go to Internet Mobile real quick. So just for the heck of it, I will share the Internet Mobile website.
Is it this one?
Yeah. Well, what are you sharing one too?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go ahead and share so I can follow with what
Mm.
I'm describing. So the video here is showing, and if we click on this, it'll show the time signature on when it's going to play. So obviously, my event that I set up in YouTube Live is able to be embedded into the website right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have the link there that says, go to this link if you want to watch it straight from YouTube.
Mm.
But either way, what I am working on now is finding a comment tracker option that will allow comments to feed into the bottom of the page here below the video. And
Mm.
then if I can get that to interact and go live, and also control that regarding the comment tracker source, if that's possible, which we have not experimented with yet, then we
Mm.
really have something.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that's the next step. I've done everything except for embed a comment system below the video. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
More experimenting to go. Okay,
Mm.
I'll go ahead and unshare this. But I agree, sending people to the website is a good idea. But then we have to be concerned with the trafficking and whether or not we're going to crash our own server with the traffic. And that is something, if we had hundreds of viewers,
But then
it's
it
potential.
still does make a lot of sense, because you are driving people to not to a strange event
Agreed
place,
totally. Agreed
come to
totally. But
your website where you own everything, you control everything. So
well,
it's like,
theoretically, that's fine, but is the server up to it or not? And that's really going to be the question, is whether the server can handle
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Because if you really drive traffic, it's going to crash a lot sooner than you think. You're going to run out of memory, you're going to run out of resource, and your website's going to crash.
yeah.
And you don't know when that's going to be because very few people have tested that. Now, there are
Yeah.
some plugins that eat up a lot of resource, and then some plugins that are cloud-driven that are uh, really doing all the work in the cloud and not as a resource drawing off of your throughput for your website. And
Mm.
then I'm sure that that's part of the answer.
Yeah, I certainly hope that YouTube. It used to be possible to comment on the YouTube as it was happening live. It was possible earlier. Now it is that thing is gone. I don't know why. Uh,
It's not gone, but the facility is that it does not save the chat stream.
no, the one which saved the comment, that was there. It was at the bottom of the video. You could then they said you have to have a Google Plus account to be able to comment there. Then that caused a lot of controversy. People said, no, we don't want to have Google Plus account, and then so on and so forth. And then they
Yeah,
said, okay, you do need a Google account, whatever that meant. Don't necessarily have to have a Google Plus account. So
right. Yeah, well, the way things are now, the comment stream during before and during the event is not going to be sustained and not going to be kept. And
mm,
then after the video is over, after you've shut down the live event, people can comment afterwards, and that conversation is saved.
yeah,
So there's a disconnect between what is most effective and what YouTube has right now.
yeah, YouTube. The idea of Google Plus and having people connect with you, engage with you, has been a good idea. But sadly, there are too many outbound marketers who are very vocal making too much noise, and the inbound marketers, we
Kind of
are
get
yet,
lost in the shuffle there, don't they?
yeah, so we are yet to become known.
Well,
But
the thing about inbound marketing is it's based on community.
mm,
It's not based on the overall flow of advertising and what's going on. And the inbound marketers just have to commit themselves to say, I'm not going to participate in that. I'm not going to represent that. And even though I will be mistaken sometimes as an outbound marketer, I'll make it very clear I am an inbound marketer and let people decide for themselves why I'm different from other people.
yeah,
And hopefully, if I'm living the commitment and the uh, the 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 whole commitment thing to being an inbound marketer, the conviction of what that represents, then people will start to understand. Because the bottom line is they're going to say, I can listen to Roland and Wee or I definitely like their shows, and I always feel like I'm being helped. I always get something of value from the show or the videos that they produce, and they don't have something at the end saying, and before you go, make sure you go to our blah 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 because thank you for watching this show, and you get a fine discount from, you know,
Mm,
it just leaves
no,
a bad taste in my mouth, and I know it
yeah,
does yours too.
yeah,
So hopefully the inbound marketing concept will live on. It's a perfect platform, and even in YouTube Live for us to do that, and
mm,
to put more content out there and have more engaged conversations regarding the whole concept of inbound marketing. Of course, we can display what that philosophy and that strategy is and teach people that there is a benefit to it, and we don't have to go down to the ROI world and the bottom line profit to
mm,
say what are you getting out of it and how do we recognize the benefit and the profit margin, and how do I show a return? We don't have to start there because we know that when we deliver value, it's going to result in good, strong reputation and people who want our services.
mm.
But that's the whole idea.
Yeah. So okay, so Roland, we are going to have this Saturday morning marketing smarties on Saturday. It is going to be morning for you. It is going to be evening
Uh,
for me.
when you say evening, when does evening start in Britain? Because
For me, uh, when does evening start in Britain actually depends on the time of the year. But for me, that is personally, it starts at 6 o'clock in the
well,
evening.
that's what I thought, and I didn't think that it really evening was necessarily how dark it is because of the sun setting at that time of the year. I always consider that evening is after work is done in the standard work day, and you're considering dinner, and you're going into whatever activity in the evening. But Britain is different in a lot of ways. And when you say dinner in Britain, from what I've heard, dinner is oftentimes after 8 o'clock or possibly even after 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. So that there is that dinner, there is that supper, and I don't know. I don't really.
Yeah.
I
Well,
I
there's
don't
tea time.
really. Yeah.
There's tea time. There's high tea, and there's all things. It's like,
All that comes from the colonial days, and I don't
yeah.
really care about any of them because
So if you're basically like most normal people worldwide, you think of basically eating approximately 3 times a day, right?
yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay. So at least we know that we're all fairly normal,
Yeah.
even though we're worldwide. Okay. Was there anything else that we wanted to bring up regarding the
Yeah,
YouTube
one
Live?
thing, yeah, with all this happening, there is still no way of reminding ourselves about The calendar thing is not there. There is you can create YouTube live event, but it doesn't remind you to go there and start it, or no, it doesn't. That is still missing. I hope Google or YouTube or somebody, maybe me, I don't know,
Yeah, there you go.
come up with something which you create a YouTube live event, it create a calendar event so that people can be reminded of that happening. And
Calendar event and notifications and a collective device for the people who are in that so-called group or circle.
mm,
Whether we lean on a social media facility and integrate it, or we can create our own new separate entity, one way or the other, we have to be able to find our people, our listeners, our fan base, and keep them grouped so we can keep them notified and
mm,
talk to them and get feedback, and then allow the group to hear each other speak and not just be a one-way connection with me and you, but they
mm,
have to be a group. So the focus is going to come back around to some form of community.
yeah,
So it's possible we can still use Google Plus as the community base, but the connective alert device and the notifications are no longer going to be automatic. We're going to
yeah.
have to do some
So
additional calisthenics to make it
yeah,
work.
as a positive someone who looks at the world in
An
a positive
optimist,
optimist,
yes,
um, every change is an opportunity if you are an optimist, and
yes,
every change is a problem if you are a pessimist.
very, very well said.
So that's how I see it. And there is also that other aspect of um, if you are a positive minded person, any change and anything you see you can't do it right now, you see that as a opportunity, whereas negative minded person would see anything. I mean, there is that other saying, uh, you talk about a solution to a negative minded person, they will come back with 100 problems.
Right.
You talk
Well,
about a solution, they give you the problems.
part of my mantra for decades now has been, in my life, there are only challenges and opportunities. There are only challenges and opportunities because we're right where we are right now. We have no choice but to move forward
Yeah,
or to sit stagnant. But if we're going to do anything, we have to move forward in time. So either we're going to accept the challenge of living, or we're going to give up. Well, we're not going to give up, so we're accepting the challenge of life, and we have to focus on the opportunities.
yeah,
And part of that is making our own opportunity or recognizing the opportunities that are right before us. And we can't recognize all the opportunities if we are being negative.
yeah. So
There's just no way to recognize them.
yeah, so that, I think that is a good message to close this broadcast. And um, my usual closing line is actually integrate, simplify life, and I think that still holds. Be positive. Be if you see every um, challenge as an opportunity, then we all will be doing well.
Well said. All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you for having this, WeWake, and I know we're duking it out on a lot of concepts, but thank you very much for having this video.
Yeah, so I think we are going to put this video on websites and so on, and let's. I have been tweeting about this live stream that we are doing. Every 5 minutes a different tweet is going out and all that. So um, maybe after we close this, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, let's spread the
Okay.
word.
Yeah. Okay. See you in the next video, viewers.
Sounds good. Namaste.